Hey, I'd like to welcome you to another episode of the Mission Matters Business Podcast, your source for all things business. My name is Adam Torres. You can follow me on Instagram at AskAdamTorres. Keep up with my book releases, book tour schedule, signings, all that other good stuff. Always love to connect with you there. And as always, if you'd like to apply to become a co-author of one of my upcoming books, just head on over to the website, missionmatters.com, and click on Become an Author to apply. All right, today I have Donna Desrosiers on the line, and she's president and CEO over at D&D Enterprise Group. Donna, welcome to the show.
Hi, Adam. Thank you for having me on. Appreciate it.
Oh, Donna, so I'm excited to talk about today's topic. So a lot of business owners, entrepreneurs, and executives listening. Today we're going to talk about how to help businesses grow productively. I mean, I can't name a business that doesn't want to do that, so they're gonna stay glued to their headset on this one. So first off, just to get us started, Donna, let's go into what you're doing over at D&D Enterprise Group. Tell us a little bit more about your company, please.
Okay, great. So, jumping right into helping businesses and business leaders grow productively, that's basically what we do. We have several different ways to get there, but basically we help companies move forward quicker to achieve the results they desire. So we do this in multiple different channels, but basically let's talk about, what the bottom line is. And we really do ensure significant ROI on business leaders' time and dollars. So we help, formulate and help people get to where they spend their most time and energy and dollars, and look at where we can create the space for our clients to focus on exactly what matters the most. So if you can think about decluttering everything that's coming through and all the noise that's coming at business leaders and people who are running companies, there's so much stuff that you get into those weeds. And what we do basically is pull you out of the weeds and give you the opportunity to spend time on what matters the most. Just to, kind of on a key principle for one example, we'll help business leaders understand their customer, set a clear vision, and help ensure their teams have the knowledge, ownership, and power needed to make smart choices, and then measure those with concrete results and actions. So basically, in a nutshell, that's what we do.
So Donna, as I mentioned before, so a lot of business owners listening. So at the end of this, I'm going to give you the opportunity to leave your contact information for people that want to connect with you and your team. I mean, what are so that the right types of individuals or companies connect with you? What are the right types of businesses and or clients that are typically a good fit for D&D Enterprise Group?
Oh, sure. Great question. I love answering that one because I've been lucky. My DNA really has been entrenched in the retail space. However, the last few years, I've branched out from other opportunities, companies coming to me through referrals and stuff that have either different product-based or service-based businesses, not particularly in retail. Although the retail space, as I said, is in my DNA, I've been working with different companies, and I can share a few examples with what those types are. The other side of it is that I haven't really been pigeonholed, or I haven't been pigeonholed into a specific niche or size of business. Because of my background and experience, like I said, lucky, it just happened that way following the path, Adam, that I've been, leading in, let's say, startups, turnarounds, public, private, small, medium, and large. Not that I bounced around a lot, but I did have the opportunity to not be siloed into, let's say, a corporate space forever. So I've had to see, what works the best and best practices and best methodologies from, let's say, an entrepreneurial business to a corporate public entity. So size is not really a factor. It's really about who wants to be either in a turnaround space, pivot, or grow more productively and effectively. That's the sweet spot.
That's awesome. So let's switch it up and let's go further into today's topic. So I know you hinted at it, but let's go further. So how to help businesses grow productively. Where do you want to start this one? This is a big topic.
Okay, well, I can give a couple of examples. I looked at what might resonate with our audience here, and let's say in a sense of a turnaround example. So I was mandated, so to speak, with or charged with turning around a team of retail that had been, actually they had good cash flow, they had a good foundation of money, so the finances weren't the problem. However, they were non-productive or losing money. significantly for, let's say, 10 years. I'm not exaggerating. It was a 10-year run.
That's a significant amount of time, first of all, Donna. Let's not just glance over that one. For a decade. Go ahead.
Well,
say a decade, it sounds worse.
Yeah, I looked at the opportunity, Adam, and I said, you know what? It's a solid foundation. There's a good, clear vision here. I can see the strategy, and we can execute against this. However, I really did have no idea that they had been losing so much money. And I looked at my first board meeting, and I was not responsible for it at the time. And I saw this sea of red, and I said, you know what? This is not going to happen again. And so with the team, I mean, it wasn't me alone. It was with a team. It was leadership. That's what I talked about, empowering others to take ownership and have a clear vision. We were able to turn that company around in 18 months. And I'm proud to say that it's still standing, and it's still with what had set up from the strategic initiative from that time is still moving strong. And so that was not going around. It was in the middle of a small town where it wasn't where you could go, let's say New York or Toronto or Montreal or Vancouver, where you had a significant pool of people you could tap into. Nobody wanted to go to the town that I was in. And so the team was the same team in place. So if you can imagine, that turnaround was with the same team in place, just with a focus and methodology of having everybody brushing in the same direction and setting up goals and KPIs, et cetera, that would make the difference in significant turnaround on time and investment of dollars. So that was just one example that I can share without divulging a company name. Another one, the last one obviously was a retail company. This other example is was not in my realm of expertise, but I worked directly with the president of the company, who was very, very entrepreneurial, had a lot of balls up in the air, so to speak. So, you've got all these things that you want to do, and most entrepreneurs want to do them all, that they all see the opportunity to see everything as a win. But then when you reel it back and say, let's spend time on what's going to be the most important effort in your time, your ROI in time, and your ROI in dollar investment return to you, which one of these multiple opportunities can you pick and go after? And so that was, I continue to work with this company. It's been about 3 years now. And this company has significantly gone, this is into, let's say, the sleep apnea and telemedicine space. And that company went after the three topics, the three big buckets of what was going to be most meaningful. And they took the company from a $16 million company to, I think they're hitting $35 million right now within, like 2.5 years. So that was just helping formulate and giving the space to the owner of the company, the president of the company, to have the time to create the space to focus on what actually matters the most. So that's kind of the example number 2. If we have a time for another one, here's a growth opportunity that I've been working with, and this is a team of us working with. Give it to us. Give it to us, Donna. I want it. I'm glued to my headset, so I know everyone else is. So give us that other example you have. I've got this example, and I have one other one, the kind of icing on the cake, which is kind of like the biggest one, but I'll run through this one quickly. This was a startup where the entrepreneur owner wanted to scale the business from it's a product where it's a performance apparel, and they were going from race to race, so race events. And so in order to scale it, the person couldn't couldn't split and go into more races. They had to think about what was going to be the pivot. And so in that sense, we were able to look at what revenue channels that she could go to. And very quickly, we formulated a plan. And it was her idea of how to do it. I just kept prodding and asking questions of what matters the most to you and where do you want to go? What do you see your business as in 5 years, 10 years from now? And so within, I would say, 3 months, from going from race to race to now having an online presence. She had an online presence, but significant online presence, and actually going virtual online as well. And then going into, crazy as it seems, into retail space, which is becoming more innovative and more creative than it has been in the past. I do believe that's where you actually touch and see your customers, and there's this other opportunity of having a showcase for events and things within your space. And then, oh, by the way, you can go live that way. So that's just kind of a little bit of a pivot and a growth opportunity where she went from one venue, which was races, to now 4 venues, which is social media, e-commerce, brick and mortar, and events as well. So that's my third little example. And can I tease you with the fourth?
Oh, do it. I'm in. Give it to us.
Okay, Adam. It's kind of like here I was really minding my own business, very comfortable in Huntington Beach. I was heading up Quicksilver Retail Americas, and it was really a wonderful experience, and learned a lot and got to be totally vertical in a space which was really fantastic and productive and successful, to being called to go into a major corporate public company, largest retailer in the world, and what I head up the transformation of the apparel division, which, by the way, was significantly productive and successful. And so, when you talk about doing a transformation when a business is going south, it's a lot easier than when a business is going up. And that expertise or that opportunity that I was presented that was the largest P&L that I've had, kind of separates that in a P&L and that magnitude. It really doesn't matter what the number is. It's what the methodology behind it and what the goals are and how to get there that makes the difference. But I did work on an 18-month project, actually a two-year project, and we were able to transform the entire apparel team to put in a significantly different model in place while that bus was running at 100 miles an hour. And we had 2 go-live dates. The first one, we weren't ready. The second, I felt comfortable, and we pulled the trigger on that one. And everyone in that whole division had either a new opportunity, a changed opportunity, or an exit opportunity, and we had created that space within the 18 months. And I'm pleased to say that it was rolled out to other divisions. And and then I kind of came back after that and said, okay, well, now how can I work with other people and help and share this kind of knowledge and information to help others be successful. So that's where I'm at today.
That's awesome. So I don't know how you managed to do it, Donna, but you managed to put out a quick little master class. I'm like sitting here taking notes as you're talking. I'm like, thank you for doing my job today, Donna. This was awesome.
Well, so I enjoyed this. You made me think, and you made me think on to focus. Not what I just preach to other people and how I help them, but I came back and I came up for my own thoughts on what matters the most for our conversation today.
Man, that's awesome. So, Donna, that being said, we're about out of, I can talk to you about this all day long, and I know you have more examples and insight, but we're about out of time for today's episode. If somebody's listening to this and they want more information on D&D Enterprise Group, what's the best way for them to reach out and to connect with you and your team?
Well, the simplest way is to reach out on my email address, donna@ddentgroup.com. Also check out LinkedIn, connect that way. That's always, I'm active on LinkedIn as well. We can learn quickly about each other that way. And then the other is through the website directly. Take a look and see. Happy to have a conversation, whatever. I'm very well known for being extremely confidential. So that I pride myself as whatever conversations that we have are strictly confidential, and I'm open up for just listening.
Awesome. And let's have you leave that website and your email one more time, because I don't think they had time to grab their pen the first time. One more time, please.
Oh, sure. Okay, so the website is www. If they say that anymore, ddentgroup.com, and my direct email address is donna@ddentgroup.com.
Fantastic. Well, Donna, really appreciate you coming on the show today and sharing more of your insights in your career and how you've been able to help other businesses grow profitably. And to the audience, as always, thank you for tuning in. Hope you got a lot of value out of this. If you did, don't forget to subscribe to the podcast, leave a review on the Apple iTunes Store. And if you're watching this on our YouTube channel, Mission Matters Business, definitely give us a subscribe there, but also leave us some comments on the video. Love to know what kind of projects and things that you're working on. And Donna, thanks again for coming on the show.
Thank you, Adam. Appreciate it. Enjoyed the call.